Welcome to Nacho Fitness Coach.
This is Nacho Ordinary Fitness Podcast.
I'm Sara, and I'm Nacho Typical Fitness Expert.
And I'm Caleigh, and I'm Nacho Average Fitness Beginner.
We're here to spice up your fitness journey
with some humor, a little knowledge, and a couple glasses of wine.
We're here to prove that getting fit doesn't have to suck.
So whether you're a seasoned athlete or a couch potato,
we've got some tips, tricks, and unconventional advice for you.
Let's redefine fitness together
and learn to balance fitness and fun. So Caleigh.
Yes.
In the last episode, we just started to hit the tip of the iceberg on my 3 days a week, like full body.
Yeah. I didn't realize you were going to have so much to say about this, but I
have a soapbox about it.
No.
Is that surprising to you? Wait, do I have soapboxes?
Wait.
I have opinions about things. Opinions that nobody's really asking about.
Because I actually am super interested in hearing your take and opinion on this.
Are you?
I am. Did I sound sarcastic? No, because now that I'm a gym bro.
You are a gym bro. Can I see that flex again, please?
Are we doing this?
Yeah, let's do it. You do it because you just did it already.
I just put my arm out.
I know. Well, you did the flex. And you're like,
but then you have to show me yours.
I'm a gym bro. Mine are gone. I don't work out anymore. Look at that. See, you got a little mound there and everything.
I still got the
bat wings. That's not muscle, though. That's just fat.
Thank you.
Now, listen, you look at me and you say it's so obvious, but would you know, how many people come up to me and they're like, what exercise can I do for that? And they will hold up their arm and they will flap at the fat that's underneath.
I understand that you can't do an exercise for it, but
really? I thought that was common knowledge at this point, but no, you would be, maybe it would surprise you. How many people are like, that. What can I do for this? And
but I'm at the same time, okay,
sometimes you're fat.
Sometimes I'll
yeah, you get a little bump back there
I'll get a glimpse of my tricep in the mirror. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm doing some good work on the triceps, but
can't see it yet.
But is this not a tricep?
No.
It's not a visual medium.
So Caleigh is literally holding her arm up and flapping the fat
under the bat wing.
Her bat wing.
So is this, I do skull crushers and I do all kinds of bicep shit. Why?
No, you need to get leaner for that to go away.
Quit eating.
No, not quit eating. Probably make different eating choices. So the muffin in the morning is going to have to go.
I don't eat a muffin in the morning.
That's just
That's my kids. That's just the children.
Please don't confuse us. And I shouldn't even say that because there's nothing wrong with muffins. It depends on what you're eating the rest of your day.
You're going to have a muffin top.
It depends. Oh, right. That's not the bat wings. That's not where that goes.
But no, I've just been so perplexed by this because I'm I've been doing some good work.
Your muscle under there is growing because you can turn and flex it and you're getting a little bit of a bump now. But yeah, that's fat. So that's just, but you also can't spot reduce fat. We've talked about this situation in whatever episode that was. Maybe I should call that shout out now.
Matter.
It does. People might want to go back and, that interesting topic.
It was in season 1.
It was. Mm-hmm. Spot reducing fat, episode 15 of season 1.
Thank you.
Good call. Good call. So that's just decreasing your overall body fat.
Okay.
And then at some point it will go away.
And I know this isn't what the episode is about, but I know we talked a little bit about you reach a certain point where you can do as much as you want in the gym and you can be, lifting more weight, doing more stuff. But if you're not doing it in the kitchen, if you're not doing the nutrition work, at a certain point, it just doesn't matter anymore.
Correct.
And I'm just kind of the point where I'm just okay with where I'm not ready to super dial in my nutrition.
Right.
Which is fine.
That's a point that you have to learn though too. Yeah. At what point you're still happy with your lifestyle.
Right.
And then what that's attributing to with your physique, basically. Because there's a lot of fitness professionals that will eventually come out and be like, I looked the way people think they want to look, but the reality was I was miserable. I was eating out of rubber containers. I was measuring everything. My energy was really super low. Whether or not it was affecting hormone levels or anything like that. It's not always what you see in the picture.
Right.
That's only one part of it.
And I think mentally, that the nutrition aspect of it is the hardest part of all of it. I thought it was the physical, the going to the gym. It's really not. You can do that all day long. For me, it really would be the nutrition. And I've dabbled in the intermittent fasting. I've dabbled a little bit in macro counting. You know,
you're at least taking protein shakes now.
Yeah,
to fill the gap. You know, so there's some positive.
I do try to hit my protein
food changes that have still happened along the way. But
I'm eating much better than I was eating a year ago.
Yeah,
I'm probably not eating to the point where like I'm going to see a substantial amount of muscle growth,
right?
Based just on what I'm eating.
Right. Well, for me, like, it's not just about the muscle growth, because you can grow your muscles, but if you're not also then decreasing your fat, you're not going to see those muscle changes necessarily either. Mm-hmm. And so the two areas that I am most self-conscious about is like my abdomen, like your belly, right? Because I'm like, I want to see the 6-pack abs again. Yeah. Like, it's been a long time. And then also like my upper thigh, like around, the very top of your legs or whatever. I also have learned, though, just from experience and history of when I went through different phases, that those are the two areas that leave and change like the last. Mm-hmm. And they're also the two areas for me that I have to get super dialed in with my nutrition. Mm-hmm. And I have to really increase my cardio.
Yeah.
What? We have a frog in here, ladies and gentlemen. I think that just came from Caleigh's. That was a very dramatic pause. And I was waiting for you to say something. And that was just what came out. No more twisted teas for you. Oh no. Okay.
And I was staring straight into your soul too.
She was. I was like, oh, she's gonna say something. It's her turn. Do you need the Kleenex box? Okay. I'm so glad you got those out for us.
So, this episode's about full body workout.
And we haven't even gotten to that point yet. It's 7 minutes in and we're still I don't even know what we're talking about.
Okay.
So let's focus.
Okay.
Focus. So if we get back to it.
Okay.
So why do I have such a soapbox on the full body 3 days a week? I don't know, but we're going to get there right after a really quick break.
Okay. If you're enjoying our podcast, please subscribe and leave a 5-star review wherever you're listening.
Okay, so we're back. So that was a very dramatic pause just to build up a little bit of why do I say this? It's because it's simple and it's efficient.
Okay.
And if you have seen plans where you do body part splits, you do, even if it's upper body, lower body, upper body, lower body. Mm-hmm. Or if you do true body splits where you're one day you do bicep, triceps,
right.
One day you do quads, one day you do calves and hamstrings.
Right.
I mean, you can body split.
What's a bro split?
Probably any of those things I would consider a bro split.
What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
I don't know. Is that just a body part split?
I hear people talking about that.
A bro split?
Bro split.
I don't know. Google it really quick. We'll see what the definition by Google says. But so, okay.
Google.
So let's compare this. So if we do full body 3 times a week, what I mean by full body is you incorporate an exercise that does a squat motion, hip hinge motion, which is like a deadlift.
Okay.
You do a push motion and you do a pull. So push would be like chest press and pull would be like a pull up or chin up. You do some ab work, some core work. And
is ab work not core work?
Well, abdominals are technically only one section of muscles that encompasses your entire core. Okay. So your core is more of like the 360 cylinder all the way around your midsection.
Are planks core or is that abs?
That's more core. Okay. I hate planks though.
Well,
just about as much as I hate burpees.
Well,
that's a whole nother episode. And that's a whole nother soapbox. We'll get to that one too. So burpees and planks. I have good reasons for those too, but all right. So now let's just say, okay, full body would encompass a variation of, but consistently having exercises that include each of those movements.
So that's gonna be
like a squat,
7 to 9.
Yeah, do 2 exercises. Do 2 exercises per each of those movements. Yeah, and you're like 8 to 10 exercises, and that's probably going to take you 30 to 45 minutes. Do them 3 times through, 8 to 12 reps.
Yeah,
and we're good. Okay, so if we do that, we have literally hit every muscle in your body. If we do that 3 times a week, that particular muscle got torn down and rebuilt 3 times.
Right. With a break in between.
With a break, right? Because you've got at least a day then in between and an extra day for rest.
Right.
So you've got that situation. Now let's just look at a 4-day-a-week split where you say do lower body 1 day, upper body, lower body, upper. Okay. Now if you only do lower body twice a week, you're only hitting those lower body muscles twice a week versus 3 times a week. So, but you might say, okay, well, but if I'm only doing lower body, now I'm doing 8 to 10 exercises of lower body work. But you also hit a certain point where like your muscles just get fatigued and you're not actually like, the days are gone where you just like fight through that last rep.
Yeah.
You're just bringing on injury. It's not really being that productive. You really shouldn't be making yourself so sore that you can't come back into the gym the next day.
Right.
So if you are super loading those exercises, basically double the amount of time, you might get to the point your legs are still so fried that you can't go do the lower body the next time. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And so then if we do it even more and you do like a 6-day-a-week of body part splits and you're doing, this is just your squat day and this is your bicep tricep day and whatever, then you're only hitting that muscle group once a week.
Once a week, yeah.
Same thing though. You're getting so many exercises stacked on top of one another. You might still be sore 4 or 5 days in, and that's not being super productive either. And so I'm just really super much a fan of being consistent, consistently hitting that muscle, not necessarily getting so fatigued that you are so sore that you can't function, that you can't get back into the gym then when the next workout comes out. The other thing that you take into consideration is the total amount of weight lifted in like pounds.
Yeah.
So like you could really go through and say, okay, well, I did 3 sets of 100 pounds of these squats. So that's 300 pounds lifted. And so then you can also go for like a daily or a weekly balance or total, you know, for each of those. And so you can get it that way too, just to see that you're getting stronger. And you're probably going to lift more on that specific muscle this way than you would by splitting it up anymore. So that's it. Plus it's more efficient.
I feel like
it's more simple. Like it fits with busy lives.
So what are the things that you want to hit with a full body?
So what I always start with is a squat, typically.
You like the squats.
I do like squats and a variation of the squat. And I'm not just saying like front squat, but you can do, or back squat. You can do back squat. You can do front squat. There's, you know, you can do single leg squats, split squats. There's lots of different styles of squats that you can do.
How do you feel about a good Bulgarian split squat?
I love Bulgarian split squats.
Ask me if I've done them.
Have you done one?
No.
No. Oh, shoot. It's a love-hate relationship with those, but it just hurts in just the right spots, or you feel it in just the right spots. It's good for you.
Yeah, they look good for you.
And they work on your balance. That is one thing, too, that I do say is very beneficial, is doing exercises unilaterally, which is one side at a time, especially if you feel like one side is stronger than the other. Like, you know, if you have a squat, but you're not staying even because your right side's stronger, you know, if you do things and you're like, okay, well, I'm just going to do a single leg squat that forces my legs to work independently. I think that sometimes gets really underestimated in programming sometimes, but full body all the way, 3 times a week.
I like it. I've tried a lot of different things over the last few months, and that's the only one. That's the one I keep going back to. That seems like it makes the most sense.
It does make a lot of sense. I mean, that's why I recommend it.
Because you know.
I know
everything.
I mean.
Love it. A bro split.
Okay.
I looked it up.
Okay.
Is a simple training schedule that trains each major muscle group once per week on different days of the week. So bro splits prioritize working at a high volume to increase hypertrophy. Which is like muscle growth. Muscle growth to achieve a pump.
So it's not necessarily about getting stronger. It's about getting the pump.
Getting the pump. I don't even know what that is. I do. I looked it up.
You know, I had to Google that too. You got to feel like you're, get the pump on.
Is that just like what is a pump? You tell me in your own.
So when you're strength training and you're lifting a specific, like after you do bicep curls and you get done and you feel like you turn and look in the mirror and you're like, oh, my biceps look huge.
Oh.
Do you get to that point yet? You haven't gotten there yet. One day, child. One day you'll get there. You'll be like, oh, I see the pump now. I mean, because all the blood starts rushing to like.
Is it it's a visual thing that you can see like in your muscle?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Well, when you get lean enough.
Anyway.
You'll get there someday.
Sure.
But yes, you can physically see it.
Okay.
So, but yeah, that's that soapbox and why I like that type of programming. It's consistent. It's efficient. It's easy to track. You get stronger. I think there's research now out there that supports how much more effective it is for strength. And if we look at the true history of weight training and strength training, in the 70s, it really started for sports performance and bodybuilding, and so if we like venture forward now these last 50 years, just within the last probably 10 to 15 years, has it really started to be studied as far as like health benefits for like regular people for strength training. And so bro splits, the body part splits, they came out of the bodybuilding era when you were literally really, the whole purpose of you lifting weights was to build your physique to go compete against somebody else's symmetry. Yeah. Symmetry. Cemetery. Which one is it?
Not cemetery.
Symmetry. But yeah, so it's one of those things where it's like, okay, if we look at the history, if you look at the transition of the evolution of strength training, that's where that style came from. Yeah. Which it made a lot of sense back then. Ask Arnold Schwarzenegger by his book. And he's like, the art of bodybuilding. That would make sense. But
speaking of Arnold, I did some Arnold presses.
You did? I like Arnold presses.
I didn't like it.
Really?
I've got a shoulder issue though.
Oh, well then don't press things above your head.
I don't anymore.
You learned that. You learned it.
But it looked fun.
I mean, they're a pretty decent upper body exercise. You're not just doing one muscle.
So what do you do when you're like having trouble with a certain joint or like part of your body?
Do something
So like
different.
I can't do like shoulder presses.
Yeah, I
just avoid shoulder exercises altogether.
Well, you can do shoulder exercises that are not pressing above your head.
Like what?
You can do upright rows.
Oh, okay.
An upright row is a lateral, like, you're pulling it up, but you're keeping your weight under your shoulders. True. You can do lateral flies like this. But yeah, if you're going to do
stuff over my head that hurts.
But does it hurt because you are injured or does it hurt because you're doing it wrong?
I think there's a little something going on in there.
You do?
Probably not good.
Are you pressing it like actually like straight up on the sides? Or are you?
I don't know. Maybe if you came to the gym with me every once in a while.
But I'm not your fitness coach, so I'm not, unless you pay me, I'm not giving.
I offered. You said no.
I did for a while. Here we are. Oh, yeah. You know what? Someday when my life is not so crazy.
As my friend, you could come to the gym and be like,
I could help you.
That looks a little.
I could help you. I'm
not asking you to write me a whole program. Just come in and show me why my shoulder presses hurt.
That's true.
Just one friend to another.
Okay, friend.
Okay.
I'll do that for you. So. All right. So I think that's really all we have to say about the body parts. The full body situation. Okay. So that's really kind of it. I mean, that was the soapbox. So
that's the end of the episode. We done?
I think so. I mean, that's really kind of the end of the topic. So I feel like we should just wrap it up here and save the rest for later.
All right.
For next week.
Okay.
Should we just do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good to me. All right. Until next time.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to head over to our Instagram at Nacho Fitness Coach and let us know how you feel about the topic. Do you love it or hate it?
Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe or follow button wherever you're listening. And if you like our podcast, leave us a rating. See you next time.
You've been listening to Euphony Innovatives Sonified.